President Berman, I am pleased to say that Mr. Greenblatt will be presented for his honorary degree by His Excellency Yusuf Al-Atteba, United Arab Emirates Ambassador to the United States, and by the Honorable Ron Dermer, former Ambassador of Israel to the United States. Joining in the hooding ceremony for Mr. Greenblatt are his family, his wife Naomi Greenblatt, and his children, Noah, Julia, Sophia, Avery, Vera, and Anna.
My greetings and best wishes to the Yeshiva University community from the UAE Embassy in Washington. Together, Mr. Jason Greenblatt and his esteemed colleagues created something historic that not only created new economic opportunities, but demonstrated to the world the possibilities and potential of peace. It's my pleasure to congratulate him and his entire family on his much-deserved recognition from Yeshiva University.
Greetings from Jerusalem. It's a pleasure to join Rabbi Berman and other members of the Yeshiva University community from near and far in congratulating my friend Jason Greenblatt for achieving this well-deserved recognition of a Doctor of Humane Letters honoris causa, and something that I myself was honored to receive a couple of years ago. And it really gives me the opportunity to thank Jason for everything that he did during his tenure in the Trump administration to strengthen the ties between Israel and the United States, to defend Israel in international forums at the UN and around the world, and in particular to thank him for all the work he did to help advance peace between Israel and our Arab neighbors. You know, a lot of people worked very hard to make those peace agreements happen. And during Jason's tenure, he was tilling the soil and watering the sapling and doing everything possible in order for us to have this breakthrough. And after spending so much time with him during his time in Washington, I can say that you are honoring not only just a remarkable person, but a first-class mensch, the epitome of Torah and Derech Eretz. And I think it's an honor for the Yeshiva University community to bring him in to the fold, so to speak, and to give him this recognition. And I again want to thank Jason for everything he did, and I hope to see him and his wonderful family soon in Jerusalem.
Jason, in the history of our storied country, few people have been given a more challenging task: peace between Israel and its neighbors, and even fewer have risen to the occasion. You, however, have succeeded because of your character and your values. Residing at the center of your life is not politics, it's not power, it's not fame, it's family. You and your wife, Dr. Naomi Greenblatt, raised an extraordinary family, 6 children, including a set of triplets. Raising so many children at once, you know that family is, of course, no haven from the chaos and tumultuousness of life. But Jason, you know the secret of family: common purpose, shared identity, and mutual growth. When one person in a family succeeds, everyone succeeds. And your instinctive decency and abiding graciousness is what helped you shape the Abraham Accords, which brought Israel closer to its Arab neighbors than ever before, and especially during this recent time of turmoil, shows the world that peace is in fact possible. From the beginning, you were taught the value of humility as a child of Hungarian refugees. Of course, I remember your beginnings well, as we grew up together in the same shul at the Young Israel of Forest Hills. Young Israel, Forest Hills. And as you continued your education in your formative years at Yeshiva University, first in our high school and then in our college, you not only have studied, embraced, and embodied our core values throughout your life, but you have disseminated them to your children as well. There is something deeply moving about receiving this honor the very day your daughter, Anna, is receiving her diploma from our Stern College for Women. History calls out to many in this world. Some are too busy or preoccupied with themselves to listen. Not you. You listened and you responded. And this was not an easy call. It required personal sacrifice and professional risk. A journey both difficult and even at times lonely, but ever humble, ever kind, ever committed to God. With menschlichkeit and wisdom, you changed the global landscape. Few people seize the opportunity to be Mekadesh Shem Shemayim Barabim, to publicly sanctify the name of God. You did that, but not just that. You also showed the world what the reach and impact of what one Jew can be. On the public stage, amidst some naysayers and doubters, you showed conviction, strength, and perseverance. And you remained humble, a Ben Torah, an Eved Hashem, and Yorei Shamayim. And you delivered. The world changed because of your accomplishments. We all changed because of your character. Your shining example showed us that you can change the world by remaining true to oneself, one's family, one's people, and to God. It is no surprise that someone who at the center has his family in their lives was able to bring a measure of peace between the historic families, the children of our forefather Abraham. The Abraham Accords continues to highlight for all of us that there's a possibility for two nations to feel part of one global family. And like your own family, you brought with you the spirit of shared opportunity, common identity, and mutual growth. Because family is how you see the world, and now the world sees you and your family. We remain indebted to you and your family. Thank you for your family, who have all responded to the call of history, moving history forward and bringing us closer to a redemption for an entire world through the Jewish people. We are so proud of you as an alumnus of Yeshiva University. It is therefore my privilege to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, and token thereof, I cause to be placed upon your shoulders this visible symbol of our high regard for you. And we hand you this diploma. Mazel tov, Jason.
Thank you so much.
I don't know if I'm allowed to do or not.
No, probably not. Rabbi Berman, Chairman Strauss, deans, faculty, rebbeim, parents, families of the graduates, and Acharon Chaviv, esteemed graduates, I am so grateful for those extremely generous words of praise, and I am deeply honored to be a part of this celebration, a celebration of an ending and a new beginning. To the graduates, congratulations on your academic achievements and on the friendships you've built while at Yeshiva University. I'm sure both will continue to enrich your lives through the years to come. They certainly have enriched mine. To the parents, congratulations also. I know that you too feel a sense of accomplishment and pride in your graduates' completion of their formal undergraduate schooling. You've earned those feelings after nurturing, loving, and guiding these young adults for the past 20-plus years. They deserve a big round of applause, guys. To President Berman, whose remarks were so moving to me, and the dedicated faculty and Rebbeim at Yeshiva University, you should give all of yourselves a pat on the back as well. You have undoubtedly helped shape some of the great minds of the future these past few years. Sometimes we are too busy to have the luxury of reminiscence. We always seem to race through life, and there always seems to be something important to do. There are, however, some occasions when sentiment must claim its rightful place. Today in particular, I find myself in a nostalgic mood. My thoughts inevitably return to my years at the Marsha Stern Talmudical Academy and to my time as an undergraduate at Yeshiva College. When I was at Yeshiva College, my mother, Aleha Shalom, wanted me to be a doctor. Well, Mommy, here I am 30 years late. When I walked the halls of Yeshiva College back in the late 80s, I never would have imagined that one day I would work at the White House as a senior advisor to the President of the United States of America. Or that I would be blessed to defend Israel time and again on the world stage. And play a role in one of the most important diplomatic breakthroughs between Israel and its Arab neighbors since Israel's founding in 1948, the Abraham Accords. If you look up, I see Emirates Airline is advertising and sponsoring your graduation. Next time, maybe I'll ask my friend Yusuf Alateba to spring for the air conditioning too. But I must share a secret with you. I could not have done it without the strength and dedication of my incredible wife, Naomi, and my 6 wonderful children who let me live and work in Washington for nearly 3 years. We only saw one another on Shabbat and part of Sunday. They made a tremendous sacrifice, and I want to express my hakarat tov to Naomi and my amazing children, Noah, Julia, my daughter Anna, who I am so proud to say is graduating today from this splendid institution. And we are so excited that, God willing, we will be celebrating her marriage to Eric Weichner in 2 weeks from now. Sophia, Avery, and Vera, you are all remarkable. Here's a second secret. So much of my professional life was based on the education that I received at Yeshiva University. As you will pursue your careers, I'm sure that you too will see that these years at Yeshiva University, how much they have enhanced your minds, your skills, your values, your strengths, and your core. When Rabbi Berman recently returned from Dubai after addressing the first ever Holocaust Remembrance Day in an Arab country, he spoke movingly of what he called Yeshiva University's core belief in the power of individuals to change the world and move history forward. I love that statement because it distills into a few words both the admirable aspiration of this venerable institution and the incredible inspiration that it provides to its students. When you receive your diploma today, that power to change the world and move history forward that President Berman spoke of will quite literally be placed into your hands. I like to think of it as the passing of a baton in a never-ending relay race for the betterment of mankind. Today, into your hands passes that baton, and with it, the responsibility to join us and continue that race begun so long ago and upon which so much depends. It is a race that will take all the skills, talents, and passion that you possess. Merely keeping pace may seem difficult at first, but remember, we are here to show you the way forward, to mentor you, to fight alongside of you, to laugh and to cry, and to build a better world with you. And inevitably, as our own pace begins to slow with advancing years, it will be your turn to mentor the next generation, your own sons and daughters, because the mission never ends. It is a race that not only must be run, it must be won. The fate of humanity depends on it. I once heard a story about someone who approached the great violinist Itzhak Perlman and offered this praise after a concert: "I'd give my life to play as beautifully as you do." The musician responded, "I did." What I take from Itzhak Perlman's response, and what I learned from some of my own mentors, is that if you want to be successful at anything, your chosen field, your hobbies, parenting, Torah learning, advocacy, whatever it is that you want to succeed at, find out what it takes to do a great job and do it. Spend the time, practice, be serious about your commitment, and seek out mentors who can guide you. Don't forget, every job is a self-portrait of the person who did it. So autograph your work with excellence. Dear students, I want to leave you with these words. Be honest, be humble, be authentic, be sincere, explore the world, be fully active in the world, help repair the world, but always using the Torah as your guide and always striving to represent the ideals of Yeshiva University. Take all that you have learned in the lecture halls, the Beit Medrash, the shiurim, the laboratories, the cafeteria, the sports fields, all parts of Yeshiva University. Take the lessons that you have learned from your families, rabbis, professors, and others, and continue to build on them. Always remember that it is your obligation to continue to build your communities and help the United States of America, the Jewish state of Israel, and all of humanity. Let's not forget that. And all of humanity in meaningful ways while living up to and being true to the values of the Torah. Engage with the outside world, but continue your serious commitment to Judaism, reflecting its beauty in your own behavior and thereby spreading its values to others. Take it from me, you can be a proud, observant Jew anywhere, as I have been, and that includes the White House, Air Force One, Air Force Two, and all the Arab capitals that I have visited and spent so much time in. Today, the baton is passed to a new generation, your generation, the race for a better tomorrow, your race, your tomorrow begins today. At Yeshiva University, you have been given the tools to shine bright in a world that still has far too many areas of darkness. It is my fervent prayer that you will use all those tools to help light all the dark spaces until all the world is bright. Let's change the world and move history forward together. Thank you so much.